Hey guys, it is currently 5:21 and the day is 305. Now, last night I didn't have the most amount of sleep, so this morning I found it very difficult to wake up. But no matter that, I still got up. After my cold shower, I have to admit I'm still not feeling at my clearest. But I didn't choose to give in. I didn't choose to just give up and tell myself that, David, you're too tired, so just lay in bed. Because the thing is, if we give up the moment we face a difficulty, then we never will get better in life. Then we never can fully take control of our life. So the moment when you feel discouraged, the moment when you feel like giving up because you don't feel like what you're doing is working, keep pushing. Because the moment you push past your pain, your doubts, your fears, is when you start to expand your knowledge, is when you start to expand your discipline. And that is the only way to build more mental willpower. So, yes, today I may not be the clearest at the moment, but our clarity and how we feel is entirely on how we choose to view our situation. And I realize that I am very grateful and fortunate to be in the position I am in today. There are plenty of people entrapped in a lifestyle, sleeping less than me, working harder than me, and yet they have no purpose in life, working for someone else's cause. So I am grateful to be here every single day, to record my journey, to record my failures, and to record my growth, but most importantly, and potentially with the goal to help everyone else realize their potential. And that is something I would have never have imagined 3 years ago when I was on drugs, when I was binging, when I was just horribly treating everyone else, but most importantly to myself. So looking back and looking at my present now, I am grateful for everything that has been given to me. And certainly to repay this, to make life better for myself and everyone else that I care about, and to you guys, is to continue, is to stay persistent all the way to the end. Because I know by doing so, eventually the result, the goal, the lifestyle I envisioned will come to me. So, I'll see you guys this afternoon. So guys, the time is currently 12:45. And today, this afternoon, I want to talk about how we can turn off this inner voice that we have. Turn off this inner doubt, this fear, this worry that holds us back from really achieving our goals in life. And I just want to say that a lot of the times we have these thoughts simply because we have too much time to think. Therefore, the solution to stop thinking would be to keep yourself so busy, get yourself so busy that you stop thinking. And it is the truth that this has been the only method that had allowed me. And it is true that this has been the only method that had allowed me to stop worrying about my fears, to stop having this negative inner dialogue chatting away and holding me back from reaching my goals. But the question really lies is how can you keep yourself so busy so that you don't think about your thoughts, so that you can stay focused and perhaps achieve your goals this year? And the trick lies in finding a passion for what you do. But then you may question, how can I find a passion? And I totally understand why you may feel that finding a passion or finding a purpose is a bit difficult. And I understand you because I was someone who, without a lifestyle, my daily routine back in the day consisted of waking up, taking drugs, numbing myself, and really chasing any pleasure that is going to get me by for the day. And it was like that. My lifestyle was like that for quite some time. For quite some time, and that was my passion, right? That was what made me happy in life. So to really get out of that lifestyle and to find something other than what you are doing right now to chase that next hit of high, perhaps you spend most of your time on the TV, perhaps you spend most of your time on social media or doing whatever you are doing besides maybe a part-time job or a full-time job to support your living. But all the free time you're using right now is to chase for that pleasure, to make the day alright, to make the day satisfied so that you can wake up tomorrow and do it all over again, even though you are discontent with your life. So, to really find a passion and purpose isn't to really look at it as something so nebulous, as something so extraordinary that comes to you when it comes to you. But rather, when I was in search of my purpose and passion, I focus not on exactly how I can help the world or not exactly focusing on internally, despite all the self help advice tells you to find your purpose internally first. And trust me, it is true that to find a purpose that is going to be sustainable, finding the internal reason is going to make it sustainable. However, when you are someone who is without a lifestyle, who is without any discipline and commitment to find your calling, then the next best way to make yourself break free from your old routine is to focus on what you want in life. Ask yourself, what is it that you want from life? And back then, I know exactly what I want. I wanted to be rich, right? I wanted to have more money and get the things money can buy. I wanted more pleasure. So you should ask yourself, what is it that you want? Focus on your human primal motivations. Is it fame? Is it status? Is it more security? Is it wealth? Is it recognition? Is it love? What is it that you want? Perhaps even revenge. Focus on exactly what you want and go seek out on the things you can do to perhaps fulfill that want. If you want to make money, then perhaps go create a business, hustle for the money. If you want status, fame, then maybe practice on how to become an influencer. Maybe practice on how to become a role model. You see, all this is helping you potentially get what you want. But your want and desires is going to be a strong enough motivator for you to pull yourself out of your old routines, for you to find that so called passion. Now, exactly what the thing you are chasing become your passion or purpose is unclear. But the point is to get yourself out of your old routine and keep yourself busy doing something. And even if your want is a selfish one that is only going to satisfy and benefit you, that may just be better than wasting your time around distracted, focusing on your thoughts, focusing on this negative internal dialogue holding you back. And the hopes of breaking free from your routine and to do something that is going to satisfy your want is, of course, for the end goal to find that internal reason as to why you are doing what you do, to find that internal reason to hopefully connect your occupation and your choice of pursuit into a purpose, into a calling. And with time, that will change. With time, your desires will change. And with time, your motivation will change. But what won't change for the worse is the discipline and the set routines you have cultivated through pushing yourself out of your old routine. Is to really put yourself in this new position to discover life and understand that life is indeed full of opportunities. And if you just step out of your old routine, then the possibilities does become endless. And coming back to stopping this internal dialogue of negativity is to first control your time. Control your time by spending so much time doing something that you have no time left to think, that you have no emotional energy left to think about the fears. Because once you start doing something, guys, no matter what it is, you stop thinking. And yes, sometimes you'll still think about the fear. You'll still think about what if I can't do this, or what if I am inadequate or don't have the abilities to do this. Simply do more of it. Right? Simply go back and do more of it. because this is the only way that is going to make you more competent. This is the only way that is going to shape you into the person you want to become. But by not doing anything and by using your time to distract yourself from your fears, you're only going to have more of it, and you're only going to delay more of your potential. So, that being said, this morning I have completed my first work block. Although I didn't really do anything as I was just staring into my screen like an absolutely idiot. But what I do want to do this afternoon is to not be discouraged and really start my next project, because I know that I have to get this going. And most importantly, I know that creating this next project, my personal website, is really going to align more with my purpose than working on this problem set that is going to improve my coding skills and so problem solving skills. Because once you get stuck on something, guys, it is okay to gravitate towards something else as long as that pursuit that you change is going to improve your whole self and is going to put you one step in front of your purpose. So it's okay to change. And sometimes we don't have to finish everything we start. But just know that the thing you gravitate to next, the thing that you change to, should also put you towards your end purpose. Because if it doesn't, then you are simply just distracting yourself. That being said, I'll see you guys tonight.
So guys, the time is currently 9:24. Came back from my shift and I showered up. And honestly guys, today I feel absolutely amazing. Why? Because I have started on my third project, right? This third project, I'm going to develop or make a personal website. But I guess what's really special about this website is I'm going to add in a self-reflection forum, almost like, so you guys could go on it and comment and really use that as your self-reflection. So I think that's going to be the main obstacle for me to really overcome, because writing the website, yeah, that's something I have done before. Customizing, yeah, that might be a little bit challenging. But what's most important and what I haven't yet done before is to create a chat room, right? Create a forum and really understand how that works. And most importantly, also, is to understand how to store data, how to retrieve data. So this next project is going to be my next biggest project. Will it be as complicated as my second project? I am not sure yet, because I'm still in the planning stage. But what I do like about this project is not only is this going to be an actual website which I will keep and maintain, but second of all, this is going to test my skills. It's going to really stretch my boundaries and apply what I have learned to solve a problem of mine. And to me, that is to have a community that's going to stay aware of their actions and just to go back into their lives and then question what I have done wrong and what have I done great. And everyone should contribute to this. And I believe this will definitely help a lot of people out. Most importantly, just being honest with your past self and your present self is going to revelate a lot of opportunities to one person. So building that awareness is super important. And that is going to be the main key feature, or one of the key features in this website. And there definitely will be a lot of digging around information to find out exactly how I can make this, but it is going to be an absolutely amazing ride. I already have so much joy and just excitement to make this project, because this afternoon, as I was planning my third project, I was writing down the target audience. I was writing down the purpose for this website. In other words, I'm really going back into this business mindset, right? This entrepreneur mindset, which is something I always believe myself to be, of a business owner, of a person who creates something that people can benefit from, right? And I really enjoy this simply because that this really gets my brain ticking again. And I'm not sure about you guys, but after you abuse drugs, you're bound to diminish your mental intelligence to some degree, right? You're bound to diminish your problem solving skills, your critical thinking skills. And by not really practicing your critical thinking, by not practicing thinking itself, then you're not going to rebuild this neural pathway which you had destroyed through substance abuse. And quite frankly, I am the one who probably made my neural pathways weaker for problem solving and just to sit in this position of uncomfortableness, of uncertainty. And certainly, making this third project is going to allow me to redevelop and reform these pathways so that I could become more mentally competent and mentally strong. So, today is the first day of me starting this project. I have yet to write one line of code. I'm still in the planning stage. There's definitely a lot of things I want to add, but I'm really going to keep it simple, right? One main objective is to create this self-reflection forum. And will I integrate other things to this website? Maybe, maybe not. At the start, I was thinking about just doing like a simple blog post and then add some comments so people can comment on the post. But I may just gravitate towards more of the forum and see where that takes me. So definitely a lot of more stuff to get done, but I'm excited to share this journey with you guys because, hey, why not? I'm going to make this either way. And I'm going to talk either way. So why not bring you guys along with me to create this third project? That being said, I'm going to go downstairs now, have my dinner, come up and do some deliberate practice, journal, and then have some sweet dreams. So I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.